Hello, good afternoon, trader. Good morning, good evening, everyone. A quick update of the last week and this week Forex trading and some future update as well, future trading. So looking at the news now at the moment of next week, we have Monday, we have some Euro news, combination with the pound and Euro, high impact news as you can see here. I don't really look at medium and low impact news. I only look at high impact ones that will be affecting the market or can change direction of the current trend or continuation of the trend itself. So I'm looking at pound on Monday against euro, not against euro, both of them, but probably will be looking at euro, dollar, and pound euro. Then after that, pound, we'll see how we go with it. After that, we have some New Zealand news and US for the rest of the week. Nothing else high impact news. Basically Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So go Monday to Wednesday, halfway to the week. So if the market going up, then maybe that news can change it down. If the market is down, maybe that news will change it back up or give you some certain pullbacks. Okay, cool. So let's move on quickly to the index. I just zoomed out of the index so I can see the larger picture. We near the end of the year now. Almost November is just finished. Next this week is going to be the last week of November. Then after that December. Then after that it starts to slow down. Everything starts slowing down as less liquidity in the market. So keep that in mind when we come closer to the new year and December. December basically is going to be quite low in liquidity, and most of the trader, the big player, they just kind of they call it a year when beginning of December basically they close their portfolio. Hedge managers and all those traders basically they just start to look at the year, how the year performed, and all the stuff, and where is the next year positions and assets. So that's why I'm zooming out and I'm see how the euro or dollar did. So basically we up here on euro. I'm looking at euro now. The year started here, the candle itself, and now we went up all the way, and we are here. So kind of like indecision. No indecision, it's just fat candle, but we went up, we went down, pandemic and sideways, and after that break up, we come back down, retest this. So I reckon that euro on the bigger picture, it will continue back up. This is highs again, unless we see some more lower lows. So basically that low will count. We above it here, and we have a small one here between these two highs and one below here. So we went here first, come back up, very strong momentum, come back down again, and we did 1, 2, 3. We break higher. 4 is still above here, so still holding this level very well. Then we'll be looking to continue back up for the coming months. Could be after December, could be in December. Let's see how that go. But remember that could be as well high probability. The high probability is going up, but we'll see. Maybe you want to go down. So don't just bet the market, the farm money or your investment, all of it in one place. So just make sure that your money management is the priority, not the profit. Bound, you can see that we're kind of triangling here. So we hit this high, and maybe we will see small pullback here. If you draw these two together here and these two, so kind of like triangling here, and we stopped here. We're supposed to go down from here. We didn't. We continue back up one more high. We kind of break out of it, as you can see. If I zoom in a little bit, and we'll go back to the regular day today. We normally, I'm just giving you a quick view on the bigger picture here. So that's the bigger picture. That's where the year started, similar to euro, but the opposite side, and coming back up now. But when you trade every day, obviously you have to look where we are, where the border of the previous highs and lows, here, for example, and start to shrink in. Then after that, we're going to break some in different direction, either up or down. I think bound's got more momentum to the upside. We tested low twice. We have a nice double legs here. 2 legs down, push back up. There's a base here as well. 2 legs down, push back up, sideways, render 20, push up, come back down, push higher, come back down. So far we hold in the previous highs, previous lows. We hold it in here, we hold it here, we hold it here, here. So it's trending up. That's the combination of trending: high lows, lower lows, lower highs if it's down momentum. All right. And what else? Let's go to dollar index. You can see that dollar index coming from the highs. So basically, it started here, somewhere here, push up, come back down, and we're closing the year. Looks like we're gonna close the year red, in my opinion. So what next from here? Like, look, guys, we already broke here below this last swing low. Okay, from the highs. The last time we come to test this high, if you recall it, we tested and we bouncing down now. So what happened is that could be sideways after that big momentum down. Okay, there's a big momentum here down. So the trend is down. Now we're gonna do some sideways here, do some patterns, like head and shoulders, whatever the market wants to draw. So we have a low here. We just broke below it, but it's very, very low momentum. But it is looking familiar. It's looking familiar. Is going to do that. That's the first touch of the 20. We've been above the 20, and we went really far away from above it. We're coming back strong, and we come rush just to touch it. We didn't even touch it, and we went even lower. So what I take from here, my takeaway from here is we have a strong momentum down 3 days in a row, just going down. I give you a pullback ABC. Been traded. The first pullback obviously will be sold, and here we go. We're coming back down. That will give way to euro to go up and dollar and pound. So if dollar index is going down, obviously the others that will go up against it. Yen, you can see yen that went up at the year when it started, come back down now. Since risk off and risk on, risk off, it went up, risk off went up, risk on in the market come back down. Now we're trading sideways. So what I take from here is a sideways ABC here, then it really overlapping the price. So that's going to be some time before we break out of this range on the bigger picture. But in the lower time frame, if you go lower, see that we did ABC down, then we did this. We were supposed to go down from this candle, the follow up. There was no great follow up. We basically break above, and we're holding this level now. In my view, I reckon that is going to continue back up a little bit higher, at least to these levels here. Let's come to this high, then maybe we can go down from there. But before that, I see that it should, if that's really truly momentum, strong momentum down, should that red candle, the follow-up, it should continuation back down, but it didn't. Just remember that. That's how I guys are trade, by the way. When I look to the chart, I see that candle is moving certain patterns. It is not a famous one you know of online, but with practice and a lot of time on the screen, basically all this momentum, kind of predicted. Not predicted as a long term. I predict that okay, we broke below the 20 moving average. Now I'm looking for a test of the 20 moving average, and now I'm looking for more momentum down. So this candle was the best. That was an interesting candle. For example, that red candle here. What I wanted to see now, that they close below that candle. Then the follow-up day, you should just test it and continue back down and break this low, and that will be a trade from here, right there. Okay, but this didn't happen. Didn't really happen. We just went back up on opposite side. What that telling me? That telling me that the momentum here is drying now, and we should continue, but we didn't. Now we will looking holding the 20 moving average. I reckon that will continue back up. Dollar New Zealand dollar. You can see that it's up. It's following the Aussie. Aussie is up because the risk on and dollar index as well. Nasdaq as well. Oh God, New Zealand as well pushing up. So we have some resistance on the way, and basically we did here. We see one push down, a second push down, a third push down. Push down. We have a sideways ranging, and we break out of it. Now we'll come back up. We have double top here. Come back down. Come back up. Let me clear this. So basically we are kind of like we start to break higher lows with a high, low, higher low, higher low, higher low. We'll break now. I'm looking for a pullback, and we'll continue back up. Guys, remember the pullback is not, it doesn't have to be right on the pip. Okay? It will come back down. We'll show you that everyone who wants to buy from here, then after that we'll go another leg down, then we'll continue back up. Okay, don't just sell it or buy it blindly. You need to see that if that's actually the first test, it was successful and it went to bounce back up. It's going. Market is fair. Okay, remember that market is fair. We're going to give you a chance to get in. Always, there is always a chance, second chance, always. Okay, like here, break down, come back up. Obviously, after two pushes down, we'll give you one big, one green up, but this one is actually override the last 2 days. Then we see that small pullback 50% to the previous green candle, and the follow up it was green. Give you a red candle, another green. What that give you? That give you information of sideways. Is a sideways. Is not a very high flag for a short trade. Even if we have some bounce down here near the 20, that would be a good opportunity to buy because it's gonna re-challenge the high again always. Okay, even if you short, you should be your target the 20 moving average or below the previous day. Market it doesn't go that far unless there's a very critical news out there or something big happen. Okay, Swiss, see that it went up and come back down, risk on at the moment, so sideways altogether. It's just you can use that as an indicator, not as trading. Oh god, this is big. Sorry, hold on, let me change the size of it. Here we go. Okay, so you can use Swiss as indicator and Euro, Yen as indicator as well as the indicator risk off on in the market. But for me, I don't really bet on it, so it's not really my top currencies to trade. I only trade pound and dollar and euro, obviously against all the rest, but not Swiss. Okay. Swiss is for a few reasons. Swiss really doesn't move. It doesn't really give you the feeling of security. But euro is cheaper and it does react to dollar index. So these two, hand in hand, they're working well. Hand in hand as well. Some in certain percentage, but the most high percent correlation it's euro and dollar index. That's the most high correlation in the market. Negative correlation. So I say that if dollar going down, then euro going up, or vice versa, whatever. So on the lower time frames, you could look down a little bit. We have a push down, another push down. This 20 moving average failure, come back down strong. Now we slowly try to test it to see some buyers because there's no one wanna buy it really. You see that is just overlapping the last few days at the same price every time. It's very tiny range, so it's not really move. Similar to euro here, but euro is a little bit volatile, but not Swiss. Aussie, double bottom nicely. We'll break this high, retest it. You see what I tell you, the market is always give you a chance. I would enter right away. I'll limit order here, and if it goes low, I'll buy more limit order. The reason being, after this candle, I'm convinced now we're going up. Why? Because this candle is really strong. It's already override the last few days here. If you notice all these highs here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 days highs and these highs as well. So it's really green candle coming from the bottom, coming from a low volume to a strong volume, all green. The candle closed all the way to the top, which is obviously because of risk on in the market. That's why. But that's a good opportunity to buy here. And when I'm looking at the index, I mean, if you see that it's coming back, bull back against other currencies, then you look through your index here, you see that, okay, that's a good pullback. I will buy here, I would buy here any weaker currency against Aussie. Okay, something similar to this. CAD, absolutely sideways. You see that sideways overall on the year itself is dropped pandemic, and after that just noise. Okay, I think is more than that. Hold on. March, Jan. So beginning of the year will drop down because of the oil. Obviously, oil went to zero on CFDs, but yeah, you see that sideways. Even we broke that low. Remember that when the market broke a new low, very strong low, low like this, it's not going to keep continue. It's going to be a lot of buyer waiting down here, but the order need to be filled. So that's why the market bounce always from a strong low like this one here. Start from here. If you look, here is a big gap. That was the oil went to zero. I believe is that day, March. Yeah, here we go. So completely sideways. So what you can do if you see that is weak, it's weak momentum on oil. You will reflect on CAD, then you can see that we tested low 1, 2, 3, 4 times. At the top here we have also multiple times been tested this high, this low, basically the range band. So you see that double legs, 2 legs up, 2 legs down, 2 legs down, 2 legs up, 1 leg down, 2 legs up, and another leg down probably is going to break this time. Oil is quite weak, and if we have that COVID start to increase again as last year, as 2020 by January, so hopefully it's not the case. Hopefully everything is back to normal. Okay, moving on to the chart. Looking at VIX volatility index. See that the last time it was up here, there was a risk off. Now it's a risk on situation. So I reckon that is going to hold here. In my opinion, I see that is going to hold. If you look this low, kind of holding here. Want to push one up, come back down, push another one up, come back down strong now. Possibly another leg up, expanding the triangle. You see that expanded a little bit. So maybe a little bit lower here. Then after that, maybe we'll bounce again. Probably going to test the 20 moving average before we go anywhere. That would be a good indication of risk off started creeping in the market. And we saw that the election didn't go too far. We still don't know who won the election, if it's Trump or Biden. So this uncertainty running in the market at the moment. Also COVID and all the stuff happening around. And the vaccine is not, so I'm not sure about the vaccine if it's just a successful one or just, I heard a lot of news, to be honest, that say that the vaccine itself is just to eliminate the symptoms, but not really to protect you from the virus itself. The virus is still there, but this is going to reduce the symptoms. So it's not a fully proved vaccine. So the market is like, I'm not sure where to go from here. Let's see. So anyway, I monitor the VIX itself, see how far we go, risk on or risk off. That's every trader in the market. Even if you trade only Forex, you need to look if it's risk on, risk off situation going on in the market. You need to keep your eye on VIX. E-mini, you can see that. That's the daily. We really did all-time highs here. We have a really strong push up, cannot hold, come back down straight away. And after that, start to go slowly up. We have one push here, a second push, but this one is bigger than this one. So I reckon that we'll have another leg here. Well, we'll be looking for halfway, and we see some weakness happening. So that's what I'm looking for. I will see we'll have a push up, come back down, another push, come back down. This one should have continued back up if we really want to retest the highs. But what happened is it was a Friday, and we're still inside candle. So we didn't really break. We're still inside that candle. We're still on the momentum down. So I reckon that probably tonight, which is today Sunday, we're going to continue right away down, straight away. Maybe, possibly to the 20, or we'll bounce back up halfway, maybe a little bit here, maybe at this high here, and we're going to go from down from here again. So let's see how they're going to play. The end of the year, liquidity is dry. We could only do sideways, inside candle, triple times. If that's happened, we'll be looking for a failure up, then we'll take it down, or we'll be looking for a failure down, we'll take it back up. Either way. Or it's going to be just sideways, which you can trade the sideways. You see that you started the day here, you look at it, okay, we're still inside candle, so what I'm going to go low time frame, and I'm going to look for 4 hours, and after I go to 1 hour, after I go to 15 minutes and 5 minutes, until I find my pattern and my trade. Nasdaq, same story. So basically Nasdaq is doing sideways. It didn't really break a new high, all-time highs, come near the high, basically the close. If I put that just at the close, see that the close is very important. There's a lot of seller here, and I took it down up to the 20 moving average, bounce up 50%, seen some weakness, and now we should have seen this day. So in my opinion, that in my way of trading, I always see that green candle. Okay, now I know that is green candle, so I have A, B, a strong one. This one really strong. We open with a gap, we close the gap, we come back up again, and how happened? We open with a lower gap. Okay, we open with a lower gap here. We open with a lower gap here. There's a lot of gaps going on in the market, so uncertainty is really creeping in the market. So overall, I'm not trading too high at the moment. My volume is very low, so because the end of the year as well, I don't want to risk too much. I'm just risking a little bit every day. So what we have here, 2 red, 1 green, 1 red. So maybe it's going to be the sideways inside candles. If you see inside candles, something like that, very much it could be sideways, come back down, test out any, come back up. This is high, give you a failure, come back down again until the year is over. So we've got another few, maybe more than 30 days left before the year is finished. So probably going to be some sideways here. Gold, see that gold, if you remember we talked about this level a few days back, a few weeks back, come back down. We break this low, we got some failure going on here. The follow-up day was good. Everyone looking for a pullback. We achieved the pullback. They took it back up the 20, and here we go. We always stopped. Open with a gap as well. We stopped around this level. So remember, guys, gold is behaving as a risk asset as well, being risk asset since the beginning of the year. Maybe that can change if everything go back to normal, but not really yet. Also, remember that the vaccine is going to take years to be approved and bulletproof, basically. So I reckon that is going to play around this level. It's going to take us maybe 2020, try to play up, coming back down, 2021. So 2020 started here, then we started doing that, coming back down. So the whole, if you go to the monthly, so where they started, January. So we started the year here, we open here, we have a small leg down, and we are here now, and we'll have the push up. So the overall candle, that's a green. Okay, that's how you draw the yearly candle, basically. So if I just do this, hide everything away. So that's what's the candle look like. That's supposed to be green, no red, because we above the year opening. And now if the year wanna close, probably gonna go low a little bit, I think, around this level, which is the level I already called it. If you see that the last few months is all rejection, strong fat candle red. After that rejection, every time come back up has been rejected. So probably the following months it should be a red candle coming back, and it does make sense. We pushed really strong momentum. Now we did some sideways, and we're gonna go another leg down. So what we did here, come back here, we pushed up once, twice, and we're coming back from the highs, then probably going to continue back even lower. Okay, if I put everything back on, that's what I'm looking for. The next push to come back down. I called that a long time ago. Every time I come back up, you see that the weakness is a failure. There's a failure here, and come to the close, the opening of that month, and we bounce out straight away. So the mission now is to continue back lower, maybe to 1750. Let's see. Go back to the daily here quickly, and silver as well is playing the same role. I'm not gonna analyze it, but it is the same, really hugging the 20 here. We push back up, come back down. Low liquidity in the market. We have a couple of pushes, one high and one lower than the previous. Now the mission is to break lower. Same thing. Bitcoin hit almost 19 grand, almost 1900,000. No, sorry, 19,000. Not really. Didn't really hit it. Just before and today, obviously, the market is open. See a lot of selling going on. End of the year. So yeah, I think Bitcoin. If you look on the bigger picture, everything all together, you can see that we went down. So basically, we went down. Come back up again. We have a weakness here. You can see this all these wicks here. Hold it down here. We don't see any much of selling. Coming back up again. We have these wicks and coming back down, and that's where COVID. That's the COVID candle, I believe. Let me have a look. Yeah, March when all start collapse. So the year started with no risk off until the news started creeping in. People start dying and all hospital and all these numbers going up. Then the market just go down. Give you entry here. If you notice, everyone know that the market will come back to normal. So that will be a good trade here, right there. You probably triple your account money. If this is 4 grand, went all the way up to 18 plus. Then the month is not over yet. So I reckon that, I think, is going to continue. Because the reason being here, we tried here, and now we should go lower. right? From this push back up, come back down, the follow up, it should continue down, make a new low, but it didn't. So basically, break out of this range, and even if I'm wrong about going up, you're gonna see that it's coming back down inside the inside this channel itself on the monthly, but we did actually break high, new high. So I reckon that by the end of the year we're gonna see a new number, maybe 20, 25 grand. Let's see where this 25 grand is, and mm, so that's the previous high. And then we're gonna do another line. Um, 20, 21,900 probably going to be there. So let's see. So far, it's a strong momentum up. If we stay before this week, so basically this week, if we stay green like that, that's good. Okay, not like this. I don't want to see a wicks. Of course, the bigger the wick, the less the chances this market won't actually go back up again. That's a monthly. If you go down to weekly, of course, you're gonna tell more stories here. Lower time frame, of course, is gonna give you even more better picture. So we keep breaking here all this trend. We break it as highs, retest it, shaking up everyone, try and go up and confuse. This is a channel here. We try the channel multiple times. One, two, third one we break, we retest. Give you almost retest. That was a weekend, I believe. When you see a big red candle like that, I think it's a weekend. An up momentum, that's the weekend. That's the weekend. That's the weekend. If you calculate that, I'm sure, I think it's a weekend. Doesn't give you the day here, but today is the weekend as well. You see is red. It's getting a little bit something similar to this one. So tomorrow let's see what happens if it's gonna come back up again and continue this momentum up. So far it's tried to test the high. So we're not far now from there. We are about 18. Yeah, let's see. Another 13, $1,400 to reach his high. Probably gonna smash through it. So that will be the case, I think, because probably is a lot of sellers just waiting up there for their order to exit. If they're brought from here, that's their order to exit, and start build up here a lot of orders. So the market is like a magnet. So so basically every level is a lot of buy and sell all over the place, just hovering around the price. But what the market does, guys, is just looking for the fat magnetic place number. That's why we call it support and resistance, okay, or supply and demand. This start to accumulate here, start to building up a lot of orders, and the orders start to increase in numbers, okay. So what happens is the market, if it's nearby, market will basically look around and say, okay, if there's a lot of buyer here, okay, but the percentage between these two is nearly close, but this one is the closest to the price. So what happens is the market will, like a magnet, will fly to it, because the market always looking for a seller if it's up momentum, if it's a buyer. If it's a buyer, obviously near a support, if the price nearby, it will come and hit this level. Then after that, will bounce from there. So I reckon that is going to be a lot of seller waiting here, not at this high, but a little bit higher. They normally don't write on the previous high. They want to make sure that it's going to break, and I assume that's going to break. So the buyer always put the take profit above the highs, not right at the highs. They want more money. They always do. So just keep that in mind that we are in uptrend. Okay, we're going to the new year. The year closed positive. If you even you need to do your homework as well. If you go back to the weekly from the previous highs, 2016, I believe this one, 2017, year ago. Yeah, I supposed to buy it from here really, beginning of the year 2017, but I was a little bit not sure, long time ago. So if I have, now it's happening again here, but nearby, but obviously it's a little bit expensive to hold on this money. So yeah, one coin or two. I wanted to buy like 20 coins here, but I didn't really trust it very much. But a lot of people trust it, and they really did really good money. They even didn't take this level. They didn't really take their money here. They kept it running around. They took it somewhere at this highs, I believe about 11, 12 grand, because they made like 1,000% of their profit. Seriously, it was madness. But anyways, So year up, 2017 is year up, then after that 2018 is a down, 2019, here we go, we were down, then we started bouncing and come back here 2019 all the way, and we close here, and that's 2020, we'll come back here, then we're gonna close the year positive. From 2017 to 2020, it's about 3 years worse. If you brought here, you're gonna hold on it. Probably a lot of buyer hold on it because a lot of people started buying here, and when it went down like that, they want to, of course, sell their positions, come back up here, probably that break even. So if you are brought here and the market come back down here, you can close even here. And if you still not really want it, you expect more, come back down, you buy more, but you have to calculate your risk management properly. Don't put 100% at the highs. Always break it down to 10 pieces. Go 10% each, since the market is really volatile. Okay, you buy, then come back, you break even, you close these two together, reverse it. You can buy again, buy, and you come back up again. Even if you stuck here since 2017, now you have the ability to exit your position right there. But if you brought already here on the way, that will cover your expenses. So if you look at it, if you zoom out, guys, in the bigger picture, you can really make good money out of these markets. But if you're only greedy and you want to trade everything at once, that doesn't work that way. You're gonna lose everything at once. But if you trade it, you slice your money to small pieces, and you start to trading it. If you lose this two, for 1, 2, you lose it. You still have 8 left to play with. But if you go 100%, if you lose, then you're done. Okay. Let's go quickly, guys. I think it's getting long with this video. The oil, see that oil, we have a couple legs down, and the third one looks like 2 legs down with a base, and that looks like if you put them all together on a weekly, it shows that a good momentum back up. So we have down, sideways, and we break, and we supposed this after this green candle, we should see that one red down, but it didn't happen. So in 2 weeks, so 2 weeks ago, since November started, I believe. There we go, November. So far, November itself, it's up months. If you go to the monthly, there you go. So 2 months down, 1 month up, override it. So the follow month is going to be awake, come back up. So the whole year altogether is down, red candle. Okay, up and a big leg down. Let's see how far it will back up. So you remember the zero, yeah? And yeah, so yeah, just keep in mind that if pandemic, Christmas, no flies, nothing like that, then the oil definitely is going to go to test that lows here again. And let's see if it's going to hold it. Just your 20 moving average is your best friend. Keep close eye on it. If you get far from your friend, probably will come back near your friend again. Okay. Dollar index, as we talked about it earlier. So we're still really hovering around these lows. So let's see what happened here. We'll try to break higher, but didn't work out. I told you that it's going to go down, and indeed it does work. This work. 1, 2, 3. So I think that will continue down, guys, to the low to 90, 80. Probably going to keep doing this for the new year, and we'll start to break again and come back down. Very, very easy to spot. We're at the lows. We'll try to break high. We have a lower high, lower high, lower lows, lower lows, lower lows from this momentum forward. So see that we're supposed to really continue from here. We're supposed to hold the 20, and we'll come back up if our attention to go up, but it doesn't. It actually went to the other way around. So that will continue. This momentum is strong, looking strong to down momentum. That's mean possibly. That's mean if everything stays as it is, then that's mean risk on in the market, and the risk off asset will be a dollar. But if dollar start to go up with the stock market, then we come back to normal. But you have to keep in mind that can change in time, because if the COVID is still in play, then we have dollar as a risk asset. Okay, a risk haven. Sorry. Dollar, gold is switched with dollar, I believe. So gold now is risk asset, and gold, dollar is safe haven. Hope that makes sense to you. Euro, USD, See that momentum? I told you that it's going to continue back up. We have a push up and a little one, which we did indeed, because it's really building up higher lows. Sorry, higher lows. Higher this one here is a failure. This one that's your trigger. See that? I mean, like, that's a beautiful trade here. That's your trigger. See that? We'll break just at a tick and we'll bounce up. You should be a buyer immediately. Like the day close, you buy immediately. Let's say, here we go. This is the 20 moving average. Give you step one. We have a failure, double failure. Step two, above the 20 moving average, test it. Step three, look for another test and we will break higher. Here I have a one test here, one test here. If you notice that we dipped in 20 moving average, this one just come near the 20 moving average and be rejected. The buyers now, they're pushing their money up, and the seller, they're trying to come close the buy here. They start pushing they started squeezing the sell orders. So when the more order coming up close to the price most likely come near it. Okay, like a magnet. Pound cable, as I told you that I was having an order here. I broadcasted already, but this one didn't really reach, so I get in earlier. I break down my contract and I exit and re-enter. I exit, and this test is really good. Is by the book, back 50% at the same day, rejected, and the follow-up day was breaking above this, and we close above it, which is good thing. Okay, so probably that indication of a range. Until that range break, we're gonna see a big momentum. Okay, last year, not last year, like 2019. So I think we started here. Hang on, yeah, September. I'm looking at what daily, yeah. Okay, this is high here, 135. So remember, about 135 is gonna be tested again this time. I think we're gonna break it, but the barrier in a way, we have one, we have two, and this level as well. So we have this level already. We're already above this level, which we're gonna ignore it now. We're already above it. We try to go lower from here. It didn't work. That's supposed to be going like that way, but it didn't. It did go up and retest the breakout point and coming back up now. So that's still valid trade to the upside. Remember also that Brexit on the way, and they talking about it, and we'll come into the real Brexit date, which is going to be the end of the year. Then if we have to, now we will start disconnecting from Europe. So that's gonna, if we have a good deal, then I think Bound is gonna really hit the higher skies, maybe 140, 150 after that. That in 2021, 150. Regardless of dollar index itself, but Bound will increase in value. Okay. So okay, looking at Pound yen as well. See that nice bounce up. Strong momentum, give you the 50 test, and start to show some weakness a little bit here, but so far we're holding the 20 moving average, which is good. So high lows, high lows. As you can see here, very nice breakout, retest of the breaking point here, and here we go, just do it correctly. Here you go, rejected. And what's now? I think that will continue back up here, at least this level, then maybe pull back, then start to break higher, and so on and so forth. So that's this continuation back up. You have to keep an eye on the news of Brexit. So that will be over all bound bears itself. So so far we see bound is holding really well here, even if Aussie is strong because of the risk on in the market, and Aussie is strong because of that. So we see that still sideways. We're still really inside this level. Have a failure down here below this level, and above here as well. We have a failure here, then 50% we hold it well. We have got two legs on the 50% of that range. Okay, hope you see what I mean by doing this. Let me get see that above here, there's a 50% range. We break above it, one leg, two leg failure, come back down below that range here. At this point, we break below it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ABC is extended, zigzag down, and now we're coming back up. Since we hold this level here multiple times, I reckon that we're gonna see some big momentum up. Even the last few days it was very weak, because the last few days is really not moving a lot. But however, went down, went up, indication of a weakness of going down momentum. So probably Aussie we will see some pullback before the year over and the beginning of next year. About New Zealand, New Zealand is a little bit strong. You can see that it's creeping, and pound itself is really going down since that. So we have one push up and going back down again. This is lows. Let's see from that day. Okay, just if you focus on that day, we push back up. So that's your range. Okay, if you draw this high with this low, that is your range level or border. We even break below that previous day, and what happened is we have a failure here. We have a failure here. Let's see, maybe it's halfway, and it starts showing you that we want to come back up. In combination with the 20 moving average, then we need to look for retest of the 20 moving average and sideways in the low time frame. Then we break higher. I think that will be the case before the end of the year. We have it one here, one here, one here. We have two legs here and bounce big all the way up. As you can see, we have the same happen here. Come near the base and legs up and down, and bounce halfway. We're stuck halfway between these two highs and lows, and we're coming back down again to retest this low. So overall, altogether, it's just a big down, big up, 50%, big down again, 100% of the move up. Now 50% we stopped here, coming back down slowly, taking many days to go down that way. So that was gonna dry soon, and I think that seller already can't push it any lower. Then probably we're gonna continue back up again for this high to re-challenge. No much risk these days. Just remember, December is going to be dry, so don't risk everything on your trade. Just go small. Bound CAD, you can see that is going up. So far, we're doing high lows. There's a basically range with the angled up. So that probably going to see some pullback to the 20 again before the month is over. Then we'll continue back up at least to its highs. Then we'll have something similar to it. Wicks here, or if we don't have a wick and full green candle, that's an indication of we're getting ready to break out of this range. Okay, so break out of this one here, this leg, this two is a really big range, you know, but you have to see and know which one is strong. Is a bound strong or a CAD is strong? CAD is connected to oil, bound connected to Brexit, and so on and so forth. Bound Swiss, same story here, sideways range is risk off. You see that coming down, risk on, you see that coming back up. So basically we're up, we're risk on, and bound now. We're waiting for the news of Brexit. A nice breakout of this range itself, retest it and coming back up, and we're holding the 50% of the push down. Pullback, test it, and we're now sideways here. So probably another leg or just sideways until the moving average starts to catch up. Then we're probably gonna bounce up, but not too big. I mean, like it's not gonna, it doesn't nearly. It's not necessarily touch the 20 moving average. You'll be looking for a pattern. Your moving average is just your, is like your gas, like your oil, car oil indicator. So it takes time for it to act. Okay, so if you see that you need to react to the 20, if the price comes near the 20, that's mean okay, there's going to be a lot of interest at this level. Then I'll be interested to buy if you show me and the low time frame is bouncing. If you trade on a 1 day time frame, if you trade on 1 day time frame, then you need to look at daily. And if the market starts to go a little bit below your entry, remember that you trade on a daily. If you want to trade quick and scalping, you should go to the low time frame. Each time frame is got its own. I decide my trade according to what I'm looking at. What I'm looking at is 1 day, and I can tell you price action regard the previous few days. It will give you some certain percentage of what can happen the following days. Okay, so I'm saying that it's far from the 20 moving average. There's a wick here, so some seller really pushing the price down, and where they'll push it to the 20, near the 20 moving average. So I reckon that will come back down near the 20 moving average, and if we really have attention to go up, we'll start breaking candlesticks here patterns to continue back up. If it's not, we'll go down then with our sideways. Market always does either up or down or sideways. From there, we can take our trade to next level, which is the 20 moving average, the previous high, the candlestick pattern, where we are on the bigger picture itself. We are range bound. We're ranging, all been ranging since beginning of the year. We'll come back down, come back up, and sideways since then. Okay. Okay, guys. Thanks very much for being here. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe and like, and leave a comment, and join the Discord server. Hopefully 2021 I will be starting posting out my training. I'm preparing for it. It's taking longer, I understand. It's taking some time, but remember that I'm busy and all stuff. I'm doing as much as I can. I have to as well be trading my trade and focus on my plans and stuff like that. So I hope my video helping you, and thanks for viewing, and take care. Have a good week, trading week. Thanks, guys. Take care. Bye.